Hello and welcome back to Wildly.
Wait, we got started over. Thank you, Zoom lady, who went over you. So I was waiting for someone to say it, and then it just...
I forgot. Hello and welcome back to Wildly Abandoned, the show that makes you think, Dio really didn't have a very good intro there, did he? I'm Dio, and I really didn't have a very good intro there, did I? With me, as always, the creator of Wildly Abandoned, Jessica Castro.
Yes, and Heinous Investigations. I created the true work of art, this show, and the show that spawned this show.
I'm very tired, so my comedy is on point tonight.
Bro, same.
You're really just
fine.
Leaning into the Orville. Just
yeah.
Everyone just withdrawn from all things.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, it is me. I am here. Hello. Wrote the thing. Anyway. So yeah. Also here are Twan and Emily, Algie and Cersei.
Hello. I am Cersei.
And
I've stolen your role.
Surprise.
This is gonna be a good one, I can tell.
Oh yeah.
We are on it. We are on top of it, guys.
I'm ethereal on the Zoom cam. It's real bad.
I'm gonna be honest, I woke up like half an hour ago and my brain is still a little bit like
It's all coming up, Goose Go.
It's fair.
I fell asleep on top of a heating pad today and just kind of zonked out for like 2 hours.
I've been moving stuff most of the day because my parents close on their old house next weekend. And so I got to see a lot of fun stuff, clearing out like storage room stuff today, where it's like my dad's insanely large Hot Wheel collection, an 1885 Atlas of Nebraska, some letters my grandparents wrote to each other in the 1940s. It was very cute.
Oh, you want to hear? Meanwhile, my parents are cleaning out our garage, and we found a bunch of old books from like when my mom's family, like her and her siblings, were growing up in the house. And I kid you not, there was a book that they had called Meet Robert E. Lee, all about Robert E. Lee, and I was very confused. I'm like, we live in the North. Why do you have this? And then my mom's like, I did a book report on him, and I'm like,
yeah.
The 70s were a different time.
This is my book report on Himmler.
Yeah. Sometimes you just go that extra mile, and you're like, let's get a book report on this villain.
Yeah.
I said to my mom, I'm like, you must have gotten some serious points from your teacher for going boldly where no New Yorker would ever go.
Yeah, but I really liked finding the old 1885 Atlas of Nebraska, because that's crazy. That's like 18 years after we became a state.
Yeah. Somebody mapped that out, threw it in a book, and we're like, This will be somewhere someday.
Get it.
That's Nebraska.
That's Nebraska.
I remember going through my grandpa's old workshop and finding a very old, very large knife.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, we probably talk about the show, Wildly Abandoned, in his investigations.
It's one of them.
Which one's more successful? We'll never know. Tune in next time.
I would hope it's the one where we voice act in.
Well,
we're not voice acting right now. You mean I should actually have my real voice right now?
I'll slip into my regular voice.
Let me turn off.
Hey y'all, how you doing? He probably
consume policy.
Oh.
You should probably take the wig off too. If we're really going for it.
Right.
Dude, we love Larry the Cable Guy here. I mean,
what?
He's had some really bad opinions, but we like Larry. He's funny.
He's from like Nebraska.
Larry. I like him in Cars. That's about it.
Fair.
What I was gonna say. Oh man, sorry. I just totally blanked. It was about the thing on the chat that I said today where I saw on the audio drama subreddit that somebody said that they were looking for podcasts like Heinous Investigations, like we were the standard. And I was like, wow, we are the standard.
That's insane that someone said that.
Yeah.
You know, right? Mind
Thank you, whoever you are, if you're listening to this.
When I saw that on Discord, I had just gotten through like a little bout of being like, oh man, I really gotta like step up my vocal game. I I missed some lines this week. They were recorded pretty badly. I just realized how to like really set up my audio stuff, and then that came in, and I was like, all right, I guess never mind.
It's all relevant. Our quality can suck and people will still love us.
Yeah, because the writing and the acting was good, you know? It's like there are some shows with like a really low budget, but then it's written and acted well, and it's like, oh, it's just a good show.
Yeah, for sure. Those are my favorite kinds of shows, actually. Honestly, that's what I love. That's kind of the charm. I think that's our charm in a way. We're scrappy.
Yeah,
we're scrappy.
Not like the Scooby-Doo character, but
yo, Jello Apocalypse made a 50-minute video essay about
I saw it.
And I love it.
I watched the whole thing immediately, even though I needed sleep. I was like, we're gonna watch this whole thing right now.
Like 4 times. I
agree with him on every point.
Because I'm such a big like Scooby-Doo fan that it's like,
we all are here.
I'm well aware that Scooby-Doo is not very good, but I love it. So who cares?
Yeah.
I was raised on that trash.
Yeah, me too. My uncle like had a bunch of Scooby-Doo movies, and he'd always like show them to me or give me copies of them, and I'd be like, wow.
That freaking Scooby-Doo and the Arabian Nights, that's such a strange
setup. I love that one so much.
We had it on DVD. We watched it on like our tiny DVD player on car trips.
Oh yeah.
Remember tiny DVD players?
Oh,
it's all falling apart.
Yep.
You know
falling apart.
What?
It's coming together.
What?
All right.
Is it?
Speaking of falling apart and coming together,
so the show.
Weird time between October and November in the month we call Thanksgiving. It's a part of fall, much like the fall harvest fest. Just take it away.
Yes.
So close. You almost had it.
Almost.
I set them up perfectly.
You nailed it. In my opinion, we're still firmly in spooky season. We do not hit the holiday season until
we're halfway through November. It's fine.
Are you kidding me? We're coming up on the month of America's founding. That's not the spookiest time of year. I don't know what is.
Happy 2021 birthday, Jesus America. Anyway,
the show that we do. We have to talk about it.
I'm fine with people doing Christmas stuff as of November 1st because that's what my mom does. So that's my take.
Yeah, no, my dad firmly believes that like the second that November 1st hits, it's Christmas.
Because you know, I get that Christmas kind of overshadows Thanksgiving. Who celebrates Thanksgiving on days that isn't Thanksgiving?
That's fair.
What Thanksgiving decorations do you put up? It's usually just your Halloween decorations.
And turkeys.
I think, honestly,
not really decorations.
Tiny little paper pilgrim hats.
Sure.
Thanksgiving is when all the family gets together, and you know there's family drama. So you're like, Thanksgiving's coming up. I gotta make sure I got a good turkey. I gotta make sure the mac and cheese is fluffed the right way, apparently.
I gotta make sure not to mention politics in front of Uncle Gary.
That's true.
Yep.
It's the most stressful time of year.
I think we all have one of those.
That's the real reason we all go into the food comas is there's been so much stress that our bodies just full crash. They're like,
I thought you were gonna say we go into food comas because it's much easier to be around family when you're unconscious.
That is true. I did that once.
Kind of the same vein.
Honestly, my favorite Thanksgiving tradition is eating a lot of food, sitting on the couch, turning on a football game, and then not watching any of it because I fell asleep.
Yep.
Yeah. My family likes to watch, what is it? We watched that Laurel and Hardy film, March of the Wooden Soldiers. That's a Thanksgiving tradition for us.
Oh, dude. One of my favorite Thanksgiving side dishes is definitely corn. And speaking of corn.
Here we go again.
This episode, we finished up the arc.
Yes.
Little crop of horrors. Took me a second.
Yeah, we should probably discuss the episode that we skipped Wildly Abandoned for because we did Halloween Fic Fest instead.
Yeah.
Really quickly. I
was sitting here thinking of like, wait, when was the last wild? I seriously in my brain was having that moment of
it's been a bit
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, we fully skipped one because we had a Halloween Fic Fest.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Critical Role Campaign 3 yet.
Yes, that's what the show really is.
What that?
Listen, let's be real. This show is talking about whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Chaos Round kind of leaks into all aspects of the
True.
episode.
But yes.
Okay, but if I can just talk about these, let's speed through
Let's talk
Horrors.
about these episodes.
these 2 episodes. Did you say horrors?
Horrors.
Talk about Todd.
Yeah. So first, I think it's very important to like discuss this like kind of secret pocket realm of monsters and myths and other cool stuff that some of these
Yes.
people go straight into.
The one that has a name, but we have not revealed it yet.
Yes, I'm being very careful.
Can we
I
talk
just wanted to
about
say
how
that.
casually?
Oh, you mean
Exactly.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk
See
about
me
how
in Area
casually
50.
Mike is like, oh yeah, I've got this portal here. It's no big deal.
We just dump our trash in it.
Yeah, stuff about
Just a
trash.
portal. Just
Sorry,
another
are you
Wildely
okay?
portal.
Mike.
Every
Over here past
town
closing
is just
time.
so freaking used to it.
There might be excess radiation leaking out from it, but it's fine.
We just
Yeah.
don't go in there. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
people of Hainesbury are definitely just like, yeah, it's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
fair.
portal in the bar.
Yeah.
Ask
Hence the
questions.
public relations crusade, essentially.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's the whole everything's fine the way it is mentality versus the no, everything is not fine.
No,
you
you don't have to
ghost
live this
fish.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Americana, am I right?
What other ways there though?
Yeah. Like,
This is the best we got.
I'm scared of change. Helps.
So
That's
yeah,
Ruth.
yeah, as opposed to like this other like universe where I feel like everyone's just hella chill and there are no rules. Yeah, I appreciate. I think
a
my
fun cavalcade of creatures.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed
used
it.
I was really bummed we didn't get to dedicate a Wildly Abandoned episode to that episode of the show. So
Yeah.
I had to use my Wildly Abandoned opener for that episode on our Halloween Fic Fest,
Oh yeah, you did.
which still kind of worked because most wretched hive of scum and villainy. It works, but it would have been so much better if we were talking about what is essentially Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yes.
That was the goal. That was the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have put any music in there, but now you got me thinking after the fact. Oh man. I mean,
Would you put
that's copyrighted John Williams.
Blip
but-
Blop and the Jizz Whalers in it?
No.
That's the
Okay.
band.
I know, and I love
I know it
every
is, but
single
no.
yeah.
time.
Twan,
know.
you're looking at me in Star Wars canon. That genre of
That's what
music
it is.
That's right.
It's called Jizz.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
George Lucas is really good at stuff.
Naming things.
George Lucas is a great writer.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody
Oh
has a
yeah.
problem.
It's not like he lifted the plot from other more famous works of fiction and then made it worse.
Did
It's
I
not like he
ever?
did that
Damn.
at all.
On this episode of Wildly, man, we go after George Lucas's fucking throat.
We're just gonna sass everybody.
I mean, to
Um,
be fair, I do enjoy Star Wars. Star Wars, at least the original
Dude.
trilogy, is a fun, campy adventure.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. There
Practical
are
effects,
two-
very good.
There are like 2 or 3 good Star Wars movies, and then people need to stop pretending like Star Wars was always amazing. I will say, I made a Star Wars character just based off of a really stupid name because someone said like pork tenderloin once, and I said Torque Penderloin, and I was like, yeah, that's a Star
Yep.
Wars name.
Yep.
Yep, fully.
And I've never
Okay,
forgotten.
I was gonna say we somehow wasted most of this Zoom session talking about not the podcast, so we have like 10
Right.
minutes to quickly
Chaos
speed through these.
round.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay, so I just think I really enjoyed like from a writer perspective, really enjoyed writing that no holds bar
Yep.
whole bit because it's just
Yeah.
like I got to throw like any kind of monster or myth that I really enjoyed but didn't think I could dedicate a whole episode to in
Yeah.
there, and it
Yep.
was so much fun. And I really enjoyed having Charon in there as well because I do like Greek myth quite a bit,
Yes.
obviously,
Yeah,
as
dude.
with Cersei.
They-
And then
who
freaking
did the sound effect for Charon's voice?
oh yes,
Was it
Jacob
Roseanne?
Morse. Jacob
right.
Morse.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Jacob Moore.
Yeah.
And then he didn't do the sound effects, but he did the
Yeah, I was
voice.
gonna say Jacob
Yeah.
Moore was.
Yes, he was the
was
voice.
bomb.
Jacob Moore
yeah,
did a
Jacob
great
was
job
the
with the voice.
And
Yeah,
then
Very
yes,
Professor Claw.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yes.
And then Finn went in, editor hero,
Yeah.
mixing hero that he
Editor
is,
hero.
and just
Holy
made
cow.
it so cool.
Finn.
Finn made it like exactly how it should sound, and I was like, yeah,
Mm.
It was so
Yeah, Finn.
good.
I remember
that's a
he.
psychopomp.
I remember he messaged me and was like, "Hey, I want to try something cool with Karan's voice." And then I got the message like 12 hours after he sent it, and he was like, "Never mind, I just did it." And then I heard, and then I played it once, and I was like, "Damn."
Hey, I'm just gonna pop off real quick. Be back in 12 hours.
I'm just gonna pop off. You guys mind if I pop off? No.
So yeah, that was freaking awesome. I also really enjoyed, like, I still remember being in the rehearsal space and being like, like looking up how to pronounce Karan's name and
Yep.
Karen
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up and then being
Karen,
like,
yeah.
so Carlton's fully gonna say it as Karen.
Yep.
And then Alana decided in episode 15 to also call him Karen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just another thing they have in common.
I need, listen, all of you viewers out there who are listening to this, I need you to go out and start making me Karen little fan arts where he's actually being a Karen.
Yes.
I
Thank
would be
you.
very happy about
Please.
Speak to the manager.
that. I would love that.
says 30% off.
Oh my god.
It is 8:58 and you close at 9. Why are you not letting me in?
My sister encountered a Karen in the wilds recently, and it was
No.
insane.
Oh, no.
A wild one, eh?
Your poor sister.
Dude, I've encountered some very unpleasant Karens in my job. No, not enough time to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
We don't have the time.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, but anyway, this is also these 2 episodes are a huge deal because we finally get the reveal of what's up with Rachel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can finally talk about
so
that.
she is
Sounds
basically
like
a
weird
god.
sitcom. What's up with Rachel?
She's a scarlet witch. A witch of
She's a
creation.
You're
Exactly.
watching Disney Channel.
I can now say this. I've talked to you guys about it, but I just want a Rachel and Cersei episode where they're just like locked in a room together and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just the magic.
They would
the
just
whatever
create
it
their
is.
own universe within the room because space means nothing to
Yeah.
The
them.
donut
Yeah.
dimension.
That's
Like-
true.
the donut dimension.
The donut dimension.
Oh,
I
they
could-
just like bounce on
Yes.
big pillowy donuts.
I could
Like
potentially
those
see,
trampolines.
I could potentially see Rachel for like a second trying to be like, I'm gonna beat you, evil sorcerer lady, and Cersei's like, dude, I don't care. We're
Oh,
not.
you're
We're
We're
not
not
doing
enemies.
this.
My
No.
boss,
Yeah.
my boss doesn't want me to like. My boss didn't tell me anything. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm essentially a
literally don't
mercenary
wanna do
here.
this.
You're like a kid. I'm not. That's,
Yeah,
Let's just
I'm not
hang
gonna
out.
spend energy.
Yeah,
on it.
exactly.
You want to watch Dance with the Stars?
Yeah. Mad respect for you. I don't want to fight you. Let's just
Yo.
Yeah.
you on a
Dap,
donut.
dap me up, my guy.
Yeah.
Tap me up, my-
Dap with a P.
I feel like
Really, what would
Yeah.
happen is they would just come up with the most intricate like handshake. It wouldn't be anything magic, no chaos.
I'm seeing them like
the whole 2 hours.
I'm currently seeing them arguing about which Disney movie to watch as they walk down the couch. I feel like Cersei's like
feel that.
Hercules. And
Cersei is the
Hercules.
ultimate
No, Cersei would
babysitter.
point
Oh.
out all of the inaccuracies. I think
Yeah,
she's a Beauty and the
exactly.
Beast person because she likes dancing,
Mm.
and that ballroom dance scene
Mm.
is really, really
That's
cool.
true.
Let's be real. Cersei's more of a
Hmm.
Barbie girl. She goes for that
Yeah.
like 12 dancing princesses,
Oh,
and, you know.
I think she'd be very into, like I also think Barbie and the
Maybe.
Nutcracker because I feel like she could really be a Tim Curry fan.
Oh, yeah. I'm the Rat King. Oh. Dude, I love it when Tim Curry gets to play a role and just be so dumb and cheesy because
Oh,
he's
it's the
so
best.
good at it. Like
Yeah.
him and Ben Ravencroft in Scooby-Doo and the Witch's
Yep.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Those
Did-
two
Background.
Those are
Did
the
anyone
two
else have a
roles
crush
that
on
I
Ben
always think
Ravencroft?
about with, oh my god, yeah. Wait.
Okay,
no,
good,
shit. Listen, there's a lot of hot energy in the Witch's Ghost between the Hex Girls
Yes.
and Ben Ravencroft.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
I guess that makes me.
I also love how they didn't
a
understand how
whore.
Wiccans worked. Oh, yo.
1/16
Like Wiccan-
Wicked on the
yeah.
other
You
side.
died. No.
1/4 Catholic.
From my mother's.
Everyone go subscribe to Jello Apocalypse. He doesn't need our help, but
Jello.
go subscribe
Do
to
it.
him because he's
Yeah.
good.
Also, Jello,
He's
find us for the love of God.
Yeah.
I
Watch
think
him
you
have
would like
found us
us
already and just not
And not
care.
said anything.
Not
Or
engaged.
not offered us a role in his So This Is Basically series.
Is he still doing those? I feel like
yeah.
I feel like he
Yeah.
knows. I feel like he
Why not?
times out very well when a project is getting tired.
Yeah,
I feel like he's very good.
He
at
makes
that.
a So This Is Basically every few months.
Mm.
Yeah. I love watching them. They're great.
Oh, they're so
fun
good.
times.
They're so good. But anyway, yeah, so we find out what's up with Rachel, which I think is really big. And you kind of see why Miriam's been not as Miriam as usual recently. And it's basically just because she's very conflicted. It's like herself as a mother versus herself as like a badass monster fighter person, I guess. Now, they can't really say they're monster hunters. So they don't really openly, engage
And because
in
that term is copyrighted.
also,
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
fair.
Monster Hunter.
Is it really though?
Yeah.
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't know how that works because it's a very simple title for a video game.
Yeah.
So you couldn't make a video game called Monster Hunter, but
You
like,
can call someone that.
you can call someone
Yeah.
a Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't.
That would be like
they don't really
supernatural, like
Yeah, because they're
trademarking
hunters.
hunters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Yeah. I mean, it's the
word.
same. It's the same way that, like, if you write like a script for a show and someone says, "Can you hand me that Band-Aid?" You don't have to pay Band-Aid
Yeah.
money
Band-Aid
for that
every time.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's just what it's called these days.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't
It'd be
wanna-
really
you
weird to
don't-
be like you're that adhesive strip.
Could you hand me an
Yeah.
adhesive bandage strip? Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Still
Outside
weird.
of the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and it's
Yeah.
like, they don't call it that in England though. I'm just gonna keep saying it because it was really weird when I tried to ask for a Band-Aid and
What are they called?
plasters.
You what, mate?
Plaster.
Plasters.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes it sound
I
much
remember
more
going to
hard.
the-
Yeah.
I remember going to the store and asking
have to
for
plaster the wound.
asking for a Band-Aid and then being like, what? And I'm like, a bandage maybe? And then they give me a roll of gauze and I'm like, nope, the sticky one.
Thing with the
And
little
they're like a
square.
plaster, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm American.
That sounds
Plastered.
way more hard to ask for, though. Like
Yeah.
more hardcore. Like
plastered.
my wound. You gotta plaster it. It's like,
They just like are very
Oh,
confused and
okay.
just give you alcohol and it's like, what?
Uh,
You said you want to get plastered.
Yeah.
Speaking of Barbie, I
Not our show, Barbie.
I finished playing through the Tales of Arise story mode video game, which features Erica Lindbeck, who is the voice of Barbie, and also
Yes,
she's great. Every role she does a great job.
we know this.
I just
know this
wanted-
already.
I wanted
We're all
to
in
talk
love
about.
with Erica Lindbeck.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about how much I love the video game, how much I love the voice acting, because
Erica
we have
Lindbeck.
less than a minute, so I'm putting this in before I go
putting
play.
this in.
I've put 85
Working
hours
on
on
it.
that game. It's really good. Tales
Yeah.
of Arise is great.
Very
That's all I
nice.
really wanted to say.
Okay. So we're gonna break really quick, and after the break, I'm going to quickly speed through. I think just things that we generally liked about this rest of this arc, and then we are going into chaos round, which is very, very
Excellent.
fun. And I'm
We'll be
looking
right
forward to
back
it.
after
this
these
break.
messages. I'm hot, sticky, gross, from my head to my toes, yeah. And we're back. Hello, everybody. How was that commercial break?
I hope you
hope
like.
I hope you found a product and or service that interested you, or like a movie, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay.
Did we actually put ad breaks in this?
No, we
Because
don't.
I-
It's just an image.
Well-
It's just a poorly drawn image of Frank with "Please stand by" and some music playing in the background.
we need to put like fake commercials in there, or
Fake commercials.
I mean, I'm gonna keep this bit
In,
going
like, in-universe
regardless.
stuff,
So
we just
yeah,
get,
like WandaVision stuff. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
we get like an ad for Chester's like shop, maybe
The concise device by David
Aw.
Bryce. It
maybe
works.
Mike.
Don't you
does a
hate it
cute
when
little ad
your
for the
wife
bar.
messes up your toast? That was one of my favorite WandaVision ones. It's very funny. That is very
Messes
much
up your toes.
because it's a very like
Your
1950s way of advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
misogyny.
I was gonna say.
Classic Americana.
Classic
Classic.
Americana. Classic Americana better be in the title for this.
I will make it happen.
Americana.
Speaking of Classic Americana, Hainsberry and its Harvest Fest.
And it's
Yes.
Harvest.
So
And
yeah,
it's Harvest
let's
We
do
still
a
have
quick.
about episode
I think we should do.
Speaking of Halloween Town High, Harvest Festivals.
God no. Although I do Although I am like a sucker for the Halloween Town series.
Oh.
Except
I
for the
like all
last
of-
one. The fourth one doesn't exist.
Halloween, it's okay, but Halloween Town
Yeah.
High, it's not very good, but it's my favorite because it reminds me of X-Men, and I
Yes!
love
Yeah.
X-Men.
Especially
So,
specifically X-Men Evolution, where they are in high school.
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that show. X-Men goes to high school, and it's the best in the 90s, and it's the best
In
thing
the
ever.
90s, yeah.
It's so
Rolling
90s.
in the 90s.
With
Okay,
their drunk
anyway.
Uncle Wolverine.
All right.
Yes.
Speed round.
Yes, speed round. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We all just go through about these last 2 episodes of the Little Crap of Horrors arc. We just talk about what specifically we liked about it, like just things that come to our mind immediately about what was really fun about it.
Sure.
And like, we had not necessarily had to be fun, but like something fun, maybe a plot thing that you liked, character thing you liked, line you liked, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I already said I really liked the, if I'm going first, I guess I should probably go first. I wrote the thing. Anyway,
Do it.
I already said I really liked writing the no holds bar stuff. I also really enjoyed just I was like, when I looked at all the sidelines at first, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. But then I got way too into it, especially with the burping. I like chugged an entire root beer and then just recorded myself burping for like 20 straight minutes, which
Gotta
was
do
a
what
lot
you
of
gotta
fun.
do.
Yeah.
And then I put some really fun little effects on it before sending it to editing so that no one else would have to, because it's my burps.
My
and I-
burps.
And I still have those all say. I just have like the regular like my normal burps just saved on my computer.
I feel like that's a good VO life
You,
tag
you,
right
you,
there.
you upload that and it's like Jessica Castro, and it's just 5 minutes of burping. That's my burp reel. Don't worry.
Burp reel. Yeah.
In case you wanted to hire me for like some burping,
Yeah.
Mhm.
You need
Yeah.
a burp. I got you.
you need
So-
me
That's
to
the
do
thing. Nancy
ADR some
Cartwright
burps.
does it.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So that I all really enjoyed. I enjoyed a good bar fight. Love a good bar fight. I was waiting for it for the right opportunity, and I think I hit it just right. Also appreciated how an 8-year-old girl took out a massive troll. Also fun.
Yeah.
So that was all really good. I think you get to see more of Carlton and Miriam's relationship here, which is really nice, because I feel like with the vampire arc, we didn't really see that as much. We got a little bit of a break from that, so it was kind of nice to see a little bit more development there. Now going into the next episode, I also really enjoyed just competitive Liza in general. But anyway, getting that's more for episode 15, because that was also really fun. I think I like competitive Liza in general. I really enjoy how like that like silly little bit where it's like Elliot can't go berserk, so he's just like, I'll just get Liza to do it, essentially. Which I think is a bold move on his part, considering everything. And,
Yeah, one of the few bold moves he'd ever be able to pull off with Liza.
Yeah. Nice. Ooh.
Thanks.
Ooh, but nice. Yeah, but they also get that
Wow.
sweet little bit. But they also, first of all, like Liza is a freaking beast, and I love it.
Yeah.
She owns all of those, like that entire battle, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
single-handedly,
it's
like
really
wipes out
hot.
all the.
Facts.
It's really hot.
She's got that redhead energy.
It's just a sad way of saying it. Just like, yeah,
Emily.
it's really hot.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was so much fun, and I think Naomi just owns it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
So good. And then I really enjoy that cute little bit at the end where they have their like kind of heart-to-heart conversation between the two of them, where Elliot tries to help Liza with her like being overly competitive, but then he also sucks at gloating, so Liza makes like a quip about that.
Yeah.
I think that's all really cute, and I love
Yep.
when I write cute little things for them, for the cute
I like
little
the I like
baby.
the medium that they're generating
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's real good. Anything else I really enjoy? I always enjoy just Algie getting drunk. That's always fun.
Yeah.
In general. Which is
Do you
funny
enjoy
because-
hearing my impression of being drunk?
Yeah, something Twan knows nothing about.
Out.
Never know.
No.
I'll never
Oh,
know.
no, I just-
Just eat like fermented fruit or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe.
Honestly,
That's-
I wasn't really, I don't think I really changed that much when I drank, because I'm just weird 24/7. That's like just what I think. I think I could fully go without drinking because I'm just constantly just weird. But anyway, I so that's also really fun. Anything else was really good. Also just freaking AJ saying bubbles angrily.
Yes.
Yes. Bubbles. It's very good.
Was that born from the internet meme of "You can't say bubbles angry, I dare you"?
No.
Okay. Because I remember that being a thing on the
Wow.
It
internet.
was a thing. I thought about
Yeah.
that like
Well,
as I
we've
was
proven
listening
them wrong.
as I was listening to it on the
Bubbles.
on like the when I was like running through like listening to the edit like the final edit I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is definitely gonna like this is the highlight right here. Like, and I also thought
All
about like
bubble
yeah
blowing
like,
babies
what-
will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied patron in the bar.
oh, that should have been in the No Holds Barred
That's from the
episode.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yes, it
is.
One of my favorite lines.
It is one of the best
That
lines
movie
easily.
just-
Also, just Now That We're Men in
I
its
love it.
entirety is also great.
Mm-mm-mm.
But anything else? I think that was I think I've been talking for way too long already, so
That
I'm
was
gonna cut it
6.
off there. I think. Oh, also, one last thing. Algae getting like flung really, really high in the air by this freaking corn plant thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I think. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. Also, just excellent performance by Todd. That's
Yes.
actually both Todd and Cersei. I gotta say, Todd and Cersei just being like the best and worst minions of all time.
True.
Cersei, like
Yes.
Cersei coming in eating a donut. Like you got to talk more about that. I guess when we hit your bit, I'll let you handle how that went, that recording process went. But yeah, just that, and then Todd being like way too into all of the
Oh, yeah.
murder and the
All of
chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I was
finally get to teleport to town.
yeah, I know. I
Alright
was
then.
there were moments where I was like, whew, okay. It's like all right, Todd.
Yeah, I can
Damn, that's a high compliment.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I'm like I don't
Very
know if
high
I should be
praise coming from
terrified
Jessica.
or aroused.
I can hear Jamie screaming, "Country girls make do" in the distance
True.
somewhere.
If she
Yup.
was here, I would have had
Yup.
an opening about her being horny for Todd, but unfortunately she wasn't here, so
Or
I didn't
corny
want to
for
clown.
Todd.
Corny for Todd. Corny for
Thank you for
corn.
Okay, I'm done. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it over. I think to we're talking about Todd. Let's hand it over to Dio. You talk about
Sure.
Todd
Yeah.
or other things you liked. in
Yeah,
general.
I liked being in the bar episode in the most minimal way because my main characters don't show up, so I got to voice a troll who gets beat up by a small child, and then I get to play a giant husk of corn who also gets beat up by a small child. I get to do like a reaction noise and then say "Why you little" to Rachel 2 episodes in a row, and that was a
Yeah.
fun recording thing for me. I was like, oh, look at that.
Wow, you picked up on that. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I liked being the scary troll thing just because it's just a silly fun
Yeah.
voice, and then
It's almost like it's a callback. Sorry.
Yeah.
Put that in there.
every time she gets hit, they're gonna say "Why you
Why you
little." It's
little?
great. I liked when I said "Why you little" as the troll. It almost sounds like I'm asking a question.
Why you little?
Why?
Why you little? But yeah, super duper fun. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will say really
Um,
quickly, I did keep Frank out of the bar section of the episode because my honest rationale for that was I thought it would be too chaotic.
It would be way too
Yeah.
much,
It would.
and that was a
Yeah.
good call.
Mhm.
Then
Okay,
he would try
continue.
and collect
Yeah.
samples.
Is it episode 16? Was the last of
no,
Crop
fif-
of Horrors or 15?
15.
15.
15.
Yes.
I lost track. I can't count.
Mhm.
Episode 15 it's very fun. You know, Frank gets to fulfill his little popcorn machine.
his
thing.
really
I get-
weird
I get to
popcorn
be-
machine.
I got to be like, how would Frank do a fake action hero voice? I almost wanted to like fully commit to like Frank trying to do like a Schwarzenegger thing, but I was like, that's a little much. That'd be really
I
tough.
want to
We're
hear
not-
that though.
Do it now.
Time to pop some corn. Yeah, that's not very good.
It was
know-
it was a thing.
You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. That's Frank doing a Schwarzenegger. You're welcome.
That's Frank. Yeah.
Love it.
I'll
That's
go
everything
re-record
I
those
needed.
lines real quick, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then
it gave me more of like a John McClane vibe. I felt like.
yeah, I was going very much for like a John McClane, or like even I wanted to maybe Stallone it up, but I was like, that's too much too. That's a messy voice to try and do Frank with. But yeah, just like I just went for generic action hero / John McClane sort of stuff.
It worked.
Yeah, and then just like voicing Todd in general is so much fun. Like I hope we get to hear more from him. It's just a very fun voice, and I'm gonna record a lot of fun little things just doing that voice because it's
kind of like the
very
idea of I kind of like the idea of Todd being reincarnated as a different vegetable every time.
that would be amazing.
He's just the whole cast of
Yes.
Veggie Tales by the time this is over.
I am Cabbage Todd.
Cabbage. Can't, if,
Cabbage
in that
Todd.
case, though,
My
he would have to scream my
cabbages!
cabbages. Yes.
He-
Yes.
He has a bunch of little
He-
cabbage minions.
At the one time he gets reincarnated as a tuber, and every dialogue is. It's like, what are you saying, Todd?
He has like a little snorkel or a little reed that you would see in the old
Yeah.
cartoons, like pops up out of the ground.
So yeah, it was very fun being like a very charismatic, murder happy villain who then, God, doing his like little snap and his little rant at the end. Very fun. Very fun thing as an actor. As a fan of the show, I will just say it's just a fun arc. It's very cool that it happened to coincide with autumn so well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always like seeing characters getting to do like some downtime stuff. So like a Harvest Fest is very fun. I liked in the final
Shopping episode,
confrontation.
kind of.
In the final fight, I liked having Algie and Jack go off and basically just bumble around trying to save people. It's just very fun, very on brand for the Brothers Graham.
Yes. Yes, that is what they. Yes, that is them.
Yeah.
The Brothers Graham.
Yeah.
Just the worst literature ever.
The newest. What is it? The newest Terry Gilliam film.
I'm surprised you. I only refer to them as the Brothers Graham. I never say the Graham brothers. It's always the Brothers Graham when I talk about them, just because I love that.
How did I never notice that until now?
I don't know. Oh,
I
say.
guess the same way I didn't notice that Frank and Benji are Benjamin Franklin.
Oh,
Like with their names.
how about that?
The same way.
Yeah.
And then we
The
collectively
genius
went,
inventor
"Oh."
children.
Speaking of weird
Oh,
name
I bet
coincidences,
people-
actually, so this was something that I've talked about before, not like recorded, but I thought it was really fun that Todd was an ear of corn. When I talked about how voicing Frank, one of my biggest inspirations was Todd Habercorn, voicing Beetlejuice from Beetlejuice the musical. So Todd Habercorn and Todd the ear of corn, and I think that's just really funny.
Yep.
Yep.
And I asked Jessica, I was like, "Is this
Todd
like?"
Haber's corn?
I was like, "Is
Haber's
this
no
a
corn.
is this a reference to Todd
Todd
Habercorn?" And she
Habercorn.
said no, and I was
Oh.
like, she was like, "It's just like a random, like a super plain name for that joke in
Yes.
episode 14." And I was like,
Pretty much.
"Well, good on you. It's a fun coincidence."
It is a fun coincidence. It's funny because I do enjoy like Todd Habercorn as a person. I do
Oh, of
like him very
course.
much.
How could you not enjoy
But
Todd?
he's got a great. He
Habercorn?
just got a great natural voice in general.
Very
Mhm.
distinct voice.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
how you
was
make
in
it.
The Legend of Korra.
Yep, as Todd Habercorn. No.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyways.
cool.
That's my stuff.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to Cersei.
You guys have touched on a lot of it. I always love the Miriam Rachel interactions because I feel like we have a lot of the chaotic and crazy and out there, and then those like real moments of
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do what I
Yeah.
have to for my daughter. And
It's like yeah,
Miriam,
so like
Miriam
like
the
we're talking
mom
about
is
being
really
proud.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Miriam mom is really great, and Elena does a fantastic job with that.
yeah, she really does.
Yeah.
I really like that. Where like
Mhm.
it grounds it a little bit where there's so much going on. There's still some real stuff.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I'm always a sucker for the villains. I love Delia and Nate and
That's
the
true.
Team Rocket that we are. And
Yeah.
Yes. Does that make Cersei Meowth?
Yes.
Yes.
A very Meowth played by
And
Garfield.
Cersei, that,
Yeah.
listen, and Cersei,
We
level
that's
100
right.
Meowth.
We were watching the like
Todd is Wobbuffet.
Indigo League. BJ and I were watching Indigo League.
Todd is a Wobbuffet. No, he's
Sorry.
Lickitung because he's mad powerful and then gets written out of the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. And I as we were watching, I couldn't see anything but like that trio. I was like, oh no, it's too real.
Except
But, yeah.
hopefully with less people wanting the characters to romance.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope. I mean,
I hope so.
sibling that just no.
Yeah.
They're not romantic. They don't have a romantic
No.
relationship. Who are these people?
They're
I want to
siblings.
I've got words.
Well, no,
got words.
I'm assuming people don't say that, but people say that about Jesse and James.
Yeah, that's what
is
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm talking
exactly.
about them too. I'm like, I have words for you.
No, in an episode of Pokemon Chronicles, it's like almost romance coded.
Interesting. I
Like
don't
it's
know how I
kind of border,
feel.
like there's this plot where
maybe not.
Jessie like has gone through so many partners and like they just keep getting hurt, and then this guy James shows up and he's like dark and mysterious because I don't know, he was worried about his self-image.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
actually
like,
do remember
I
this.
guess I'm your new partner.
Yes, I do remember this. And then
Yeah.
they're
I remember that
how
one now.
far
And then-
they've come.
And then they just became like goofballs. And honestly,
Good
I
words.
do ship it. I do ship it.
I don't know if I do.
I ship it. I think it's so cute.
I feel like it's less of like the super
I always saw it-
romance.
I always
side
saw
of
it as like a
and they're just,
platonic
like,
life partner.
Actually,
yeah.
sorry for
Yeah, best friend.
going way off the rails, but there was a Pokemon manga
Argue.
based on the anime called The Electric Tale of Pikachu. And at the end of that manga series, James does propose to Jessie and she is pregnant.
What? Wait, hold on. Back up.
It's like it's like
Pause.
the very last panel of the show. It's like them in civilian clothes. They stopped being like Team Rocket, and they have like rings on their fingers, and she has a little baby bump, and it's very cute.
Oh, okay.
I would
Oh.
highly recommend The Electric Tale of Pikachu. Was this the one? I don't remember which one it is. One of the Pokemon manga was heavily censored in America because it was made by a very famous adult anime writer. I was
There
like,
it
can we say
is.
the H word?
The H
Um,
word.
I can't
work for a
remember.
network.
I check
deal.
off it's not for kids, so whenever I post on
Yeah,
YouTube.
there's
hentai.
nobody.
Yeah,
Isn't
like
that
this.
one where
Yes,
female
it was that one.
chickens wear
It was the
neckties
Electric
and-
Tale of Pikachu because like
Nice. Sorry.
Misty has like this very provocative swimsuit that they changed in the English one.
They did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pokemon manga,
Pokemon.
crazy.
Okay, so
I love
last I just
14.
gotta
Anywho.
know. So did you Emily, did you actually eat a donut for Cersei eating a donut? I must know.
I didn't have donuts and I was really upset about it. But my husband, he showed me the video today. He was like scrolling through his pictures again. I probably ate, we had a bag of marshmallows. That's like all of the things we had that wouldn't be too crunchy and like wouldn't be spitting crumbs and stuff onto my
Yeah.
mic.
Yeah.
And so I probably
Smart.
ate half of a bag of marshmallows trying to like get the consistency right so it wasn't like too sticky, but it also wasn't like I had chewed it enough. And he was no help because he just kept laughing at me so that I would
Okay.
laugh and like choke on the marshmallows.
Now,
I'm so
okay.
sorry that that you did like that my writing had forced you to do that, but
No.
also it sounded so good.
It was great.
now, dude, honestly, now I'm just picturing like Cersei and Nate playing Fluffy Bunny.
Big bunny. Yeah. Just like.
Where's our fan art?
And then Dia comes in. What are you
How
doing?
much
What are you? Huh?
Oh,
Big
Yeah.
bunny.
well, now I have a new Cersei episode to write. So
Yes, yeah, we're all just officially just writing fan fiction in our spare time now,
Yeah.
apparently, since the Fic Fest has happened. So that's
Yeah.
fun. There's gonna be an entire like
I
long
do-
list of AO3 content
Yeah.
that's just us writing our own fanfic.
I
Oh,
do
stuff,
actually
yeah.
want to write a Tales of the Crypt-esque thing, but it's like just Todd narrating.
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
I
I feel
love
like
it.
Todd's voice is very different from the Crypt Keeper.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But
Just
also
ripping
that-
off the format, not the voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what's his name. Yeah, John Kassir, I think. Yeah, or
Yeah.
Kassir, I don't know how you say his last name, but yeah, no, that's also a voice, man. That's
Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Okay. So
John.
yes, finishing off the speed run. Go. This is no longer a speed run. Go.
Yeah.
Okay, I liked. No, this is a speed round. I'm taking it over and it's speed run now. I liked having another named character on my resume.
Yep.
Technically, his name is Yorn. And I really liked the bar fight scene. I loved all of the choreography for it and behind the scenes because it's audio. But I also loved how we had the goofball hour of Algie and Jack trying to solve what was going on behind the scenes, trying to save the people, and we would just occasionally cut to that while we cut back to the action of like Carlton trying to deal with Delia and like everybody trying to deal with Todd.
It was very like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, but less intelligent.
Yes.
Yep.
Like those two weird supporting characters from the old Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That movie. I feel like that movie has shown up so much in
Far too
this.
much.
Because since they announced a new one, all people can think about is, wow, they made an old one, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and that was live action.
At
Yeah,
least
they
they cast Bob Hoskins as Mario. That makes sense.
Yeah, but then why John Leguizamo? He's like 20 years younger.
Yeah, that all.
I get they just really wanted
mistake.
like a Luigi with a nice butt, I guess.
I mean, that is
Priorities. Yep.
Priorities. Yeah.
I think John Leguizamo is part of the reason that I prefer Luigi over Mario. Anyway.
I prefer Waluigi.
Just kidding. He's the hero. He's the true hero that the franchise deserves.
I like Wario because he's like an evil capitalist taken to the extreme, and I find that funny.
That is fair.
Sorry, being redundant. A capitalist.
Yeah. Yo! This just got political.
Sorry, cut that. Cut it.
I also love Mike the Bartender. Please give me more Mike the Bartender.
True.
Oh,
Teach me the true meaning of Christmas, Mike.
We have entered this. Yeah, we have entered that time of year. It seems like it would be a time.
Yeah, my mom's watching Hallmark Christmas movies, and by proxy, sometimes so am I.
Oh, my mom and I just watched, like, our internet was essentially down for at least on our TV, not on anything, but so all we could really watch was like what was on cable, and we watched one of the greatest Lifetime was it Lifetime or Hallmark? It was either Lifetime or Hallmark, one of those Christmas movies I have ever seen. It was a work of art. I can't.
Which one is it?
Oh, I don't remember what it's called, but this girl who is a baker, and she there's like, first of all, like, she lands the job catering dessert on a movie set of a movie a Christmas action movie that happens to be filming in her town.
Cameron Kirk Saves Christmas. Like what?
Yeah, Christmas themed action movie. I believe it's called The Last Christmas Carol, I think. It's something like that.
Christmas Carol.
It's something like that.
Friday.
So not only does the director just happen to come into her store and eat a pastry or whatever, or like whatever thing she gave him, and was like, "You are now catering," but
yeah, that's how that works.
Exactly. So not only that, also the director was just like, oh, what a personality. Exactly how every director I've ever known has been. And
gotta love author inserts.
Yeah. So not only did she land that, but then maybe about 10 minutes later, this guy comes in who's kind of mysterious and not giving a lot of information about himself. And you know clearly he's the guy who's going to star in this movie. But he doesn't want anyone to know that he's the actor starring in the movie because for some reason, this woman doesn't know this very famous, prolific actor who he is. So
okay, he's in a Christmas action movie. Is that really going to theaters?
It apparently. Oh yeah, at the very end, the movie makes shatters box office records in its opening weekend because it's
never mind. Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Drake and Josh Christmas movie didn't have a theatrical release, so I don't know what to believe.
So anyway, yeah, so long story short, she like hires him to do like handiwork around the bakery because apparently he also has handyman experience. And then eventually
He's really strapped for cash.
yeah.
Famous actor.
He was just trying, the famous actor was just trying to get away from it all.
What?
And
Brad Pitt is mopping the floors at this Scooters. What's going on?
I don't know, but he looks really cute in person.
So the whole thing is just this drama of her finding out, like dating this guy who's shooting a movie in her town that she's also catering for, and then there's like an ex-fiance actress who also factors into the equation, and then some really zany side characters, one of whom I'm pretty sure was one of the like people in the motion capture suits for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie with Megan Fox. It's a whole thing.
How do you know that? How do you know that they're a mocap? The way they moved looked very turtleish.
I'm a turtle
really
fan.
Just see the shell.
I love the turtles. I do not like that movie, but I love the turtles.
Yeah, fair.
Turtle power.
One of my favorite Hallmark movies. I think it was last year. They made a Jewish one. They made one about Hanukkah, and I was like, cool, I like that. It had the guy from not Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, like the main guy from it.
Oh wow, what's his name?
He was like
Fred Savage.
Fred's no
writer
or that Wonder Years.
It's one of the Savages, isn't it?
I'm so confused.
It's one of the Savage brothers. I don't remember which one, but he was in that, and I was like, whoa, holy cow! I don't see him in a whole lot of stuff, and he did a great job as the romantic lead. The actors, if they were Jewish, they didn't speak Hebrew very well, because the couple of times they sang Hebrew hymns, I was like, that's really rough Hebrew. Like that is not very good Hebrew.
Oh no.
But that's okay. No harsh judgment. There was this really cool song in it though. Hallmark, the songs that they use are always hit or miss. This one was kind of a hit. It was like I don't know if it was like an Israeli pop song, but it was like a Christmas song with, not a Christmas song, but it had like Hebrew words, and it was like a modern pop song, and it sounded like really good. And I was like, how about that?
Nice. Okay, so
Hudgens does Christmas movies.
Yeah, she does, and they're amazing. Okay, we could go talk about that in that could be a whole episode of this.
We'll have a lot of
Princess Switch
alone. Don't worry.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other things that you want to say there, Tuan, before we move on to Chaos Round?
That's it.
Okay, I'm actually gonna make a new Zoom link because Chaos Round.
Good call.
Yeah, it's probably gonna.
That's true. We're taking another commercial break.
Hey.
Baby, can I get some pics of feet and your toes? Welcome back.
Somehow I half knew where you were going. I didn't know those lyrics.
I didn't know we were gonna have a second one. I had to come up with one right on the spot, and that was the best I could do.
I mean, we just talked about hentai, so
welcome back.
Off that.
Welcome back to Wildly a Bit. I hope you enjoyed that commercial.
That was kind of not a commercial.
Toyotathon is coming up. We came back. Hello.
Enjoy that generic commercial of insert car company here showing you a car with a big red bow on it.
I'm just saying the Heinous Investigations van could not be any brand car, but it could be made from parts of it.
True. I do love products and or services. Welcome back.
All right.
Speaking of products and or services.
Yes. Yeah. While we are all here, finally, we have reached the Chaos Round. And we already kind of discussed what we're going to be talking about, and that is Squid Game, 2 months late.
Evil capitalists.
Womp womp.
So yeah,
if it's fun thing, not only are we late for this trend, but only a full half of us have finished the show.
Also true. Yes. Well, the reason we're talking about it now is number one, so we're not too late on this trend, but also so because our episode 15 is coming out exactly 2 months from the release date of Squid Game, which was September 17th. Ooh. We are now on November 17th. So I was like, okay, that's enough of a coincidence to work, right? So yes. I have seen all of Squid Game. Dio has seen all of Squid Game.
Cephalopod competition. Yep.
Yes. And then we have Tuan. How many episodes have you seen?
I have watched 2 episodes as of today.
Hooray.
Nice.
As of the recording
Dude,
of this.
when I watched Squid Game, I I was prepared. It was like a weekend. I was prepared to watch like 2 episodes and go to bed. I watched that whole thing that night.
Yeah.
It
I binged
was
the whole
like,
thing in, 2 days.
yeah, it was like close to sunrise when I finished, but I was like, this was so worth it. This was a good show to watch.
Yeah, it started out that my sister binged the whole thing pretty much right after it came out. Then she told us to watch it, and I had like I'm really bad at like when I see the newest thing come out, I like put it in the watch list and then just kind of forget about it. I did it with Stranger Things, I did it with Squid Game, but then I was really pushed on this one, so I'm like, fine. I binged it and immediately actually I watched half of it and then I was like, I gotta get my parents in on this, and they were really resistant because they were like, I don't want to read subtitles because they are old. But then they got into it. Yeah, so we like binged the entire thing in like 2 days. And I think we could have done it in one if we didn't have other stuff going on at the time.
We could have done it in one.
Yes. So anyway, that is my Squid Game experience, and Tuan's watched 2 so far. Emily, you have watched none.
I have seen precisely 0 because I am deep in the trenches of Critical Role Campaign 2. So when I'm not
Same.
watching Campaign 3,
how
I'm watching Campaign 2.
How far are you into campaign 2?
Episode 22?
Oh my, well, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, we just finished Campaign 1 a little bit ago, and then we had to do EXU and all of that, and moving chaos.
That's fair.
So here we are.
Dude, I remember I felt so accomplished when I started campaign 2 like during their COVID hiatus, I think. Either that or like right after it was ending, like around the time episode 100.
Yeah.
No, it was after they came back, because like the newest episode was like Traveler Con. You probably don't know what that is. But
about to know.
I started that and I caught up and I was able to watch the last few episodes as they were coming out, and I was like, I did it. I freaking did it.
Okay, so getting back to the
So
Squid
many.
Game. The Squid Game.
Cephalopod competition.
The game
You are
about
very
squids,
you're very
right?
not okay about saying it, are you?
It's a squid breeding game. That's what I understand of it.
Game of Squid.
Breeding. I'm sorry.
A real calamari damasi.
Exactly.
All right. So, yes, we the thing I want to talk about specifically, just because it's also it will have spoilers, but it won't be too spoilery about the specifics of the show, is I just want to think about these heinous investigations characters. How would they handle the Squid Game? And what do you call it? Again, Dia and I will probably take the lead on this because we know the extent of the games. So yeah, that would probably be good. I think that the way we should approach this, because if we talked about all of them going in at the same time, we'd be here for like 5 hours because all the intricacies. So I think we should just kind of look at individual characters and like kind of guess how far we think they could go on their own with presumably no ties, aka let's pretend that Miriam doesn't necessarily, actually I don't know, I think Miriam is allowed to have Rachel out there, but assume that none of these investigators know each other, that this is just them on their own.
It is not like Jack and Algie. They are separate.
They are separate, correct. They can still have family they can still have their brother on the outside, but like different, like not they're not together. Because again, I tried to think about, I spent like one day trying to think about how they would all do together. I will say one thing, every scenario had Carlton dying at some point.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
My favorite Squid Game is our D&D campaign where Dio's character has
a squid.
Has a squid.
I do have a squid.
You do have a form of squid.
Yes, he picked up a squid, or a squid has become attached to his character along the way.
Yeah.
The way Tuan said that makes me very suspicious. And
It's like an other dimensional.
Yeah, it's basically a squid.
And they haven't encountered
It's like a magic
water,
squid.
So.
Yeah, it floats in the air like magic squid.
Magic squid.
He's my dual spirit. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
It always circles back to something.
Oh goodness.
No,
I have a pretty decent X Saver and a Aroma deck. Come play Play me on Duel Links, people.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Classic Americana.
Yo,
Americana.
Classic Americana.
Love it.
speaking of classic Americana, I got some Paisanos pizza to go
Yep.
eat. So
Yep.
All right.
thank you for joining us on this episode of Wildly Abandoned.
Woo, woo, woo. What will
Bye.
we discuss next? I don't know where I was going with that. I'm trying to do a
knows?
Try Guys thing. Whatever. Not important. Bye.
I don't have an outro.
Bye.
Bye.